Today, we're going to be talking about why I choose to believe in my goals. And the very simple reason is because it feels better than not believing. So, I had this goal that I really wanted to achieve, and it was actually to go to the certification that I went through to be a life coach. And I had this dream, and I wanted it so badly, and I had no idea how to get there. So, at this time, the certification cost $18,000. I had just left my job so that I could stay home with my baby. And so I had no idea how I was actually going to be able to create the money and create like the space to be able to go because at the time my partner was out of the country. So it was me watching the baby and I was like, I can't really attend class with my baby. And so the whole thing just felt really impossible and it felt like it wasn't going to happen. And I remember just being there, being so upset and like, wow, I'm never going to be able to do this. I found the thing that I wanted to do because I'd been searching, like, what is this thing that I want to do? I'd been recording my podcast. I knew I wanted to do something, but I didn't know you could like actually coach people as your career. And so I had finally found the thing. I had no idea how I was going to get there. And it didn't feel like it was possible at all. So one night I was really upset and I was crying about it. And after I kind of got done and I had my little pity party about it, I was like, this feels terrible. Like me believing that I can achieve this goal feels terrible. I was like, even if I don't achieve it, if I believed that I could achieve it, I would feel better right now, today, tomorrow, the next day, the next day after that. And so I realized that even if I wasn't going to achieve the goal, even if I never got to go, spoiler alert, I totally did. But even if I didn't get to go, I was going to feel better believing that I could versus believing that I couldn't. So that alone had me realizing that, hey, regardless of the end result, regardless if I actually can or not, if I really practice intentionally, deliberately to believe that it can happen, then I feel better now, regardless. So I want you to think about what your experience would be like of your goal. So right now you have a goal, your brain's offering you all this doubt about why you can't believe it, why you shouldn't even believe it, why it's impossible. How would you feel differently if you did believe it was possible? And then the amazing thing about the brain is the more that you believe that it's possible, the more action you take toward it. Because when you're believing it's impossible, your brain's like, there's no point. Like, there's no point in figuring this out. There's no point in taking the risk. There's no point in trying to solve for it because it's not going to happen anyway. But when you're believing that it's going to happen, you want to take more action toward it, and you actually do. And so I want you to just imagine what would this week be like if you were believing that you could do it, if you were believing you could achieve your goal, if you were believing that it was going to happen for sure, 100%, how would this week be different? How would you feel different? How would you show up different? How would you experience things different? You might feel happier. You might have more of this excitement. You might feel so much better knowing that this is coming, like that anticipation that you're going to achieve this goal, that it's going to happen. And I want you to think about just doing that for the experience of this week. Because oftentimes we think, well, there's no point in getting excited about it if it's not going to happen. But it's like for this period of time, for this week, this month, whatever it is, you will feel better. That is the benefit of believing your goal, whether or not you achieve it or not. And I want you to just play around and try it out and see what happens because your brain's gonna be like, well, it's not gonna happen. And it's just like, okay, that's fine. Like, it's okay if I'm not believing it 100% of the time. It's okay if it doesn't happen, but I'm going to practice believing on purpose because when I do, I feel better right now. And if you want to work with me on strengthening your belief in your goal and actually taking those actions to achieving it, then go to successbykayla.com to sign up for your free consult call. Because on that call, we're going to be able to talk about what is your goal? Why do you think you're not there? What's getting in the way? Why are you stuck? Why is it not happening? And then from there, we're going to talk about the solution. What are the steps that you can take to actually get you from where you are now to actually achieving that goal? And then if you want to work with me for 12 weeks, we're going to talk about exactly what that would look like so that you can get that support as you're going through this process. We can troubleshoot in real time. We can practice believing in your goal so that you're so much more likely to achieve it. So go to successbykayla.com to sign up for your free consult call.